There's a moment every hooper knows when warm-ups feel smooth, your shot feels clean, and you start thinking like, yeah, I'm ready for this. And then suddenly, everything in you just changes. Your chest gets tight, your legs start feeling so heavy, and suddenly like your hands don't even feel like your hands anymore. And your mind, don't even get me started on your mind, it starts yelling stuff that you don't even believe. It's crazy because you're trying so hard to play good that you end up playing scared. You start second guessing, you start passing up wide open shots, and you catch the ball and your whole body locks. It's like you freeze and you forget how to even play basketball. And you walk off the court and you start thinking like, bro, why can't I just play like myself? I used to live inside that feeling every day, every game for so long. I was the kid who trained like my life depended on it. 4 days, 5 days, making 1,000 shots every day. Whatever you can think of, I did. I'll be in the gym when everyone else was chilling. I'll be watching film all night, studying footwork, doing everything the right way. And then AAU would come around and all that work would disappear. I remember sitting on the bench, not because I wasn't good, but because I played like a shell of myself. There were nights I walk out of the gym with my hoodie on, my head down, thinking there was something genuinely actually wrong with me. Like to the point I would sit there and consider going to the doctor or something. I would stay up late, scared I was wasting my life on something I would never be good at. I cried some nights, bro, I'll be honest with you. Not because I was weak, but it's just because I wanted it that bad. And it always felt like the game just didn't want me back. But there was one game where I walked in scared, that same feeling where my legs feel weak and then I can't even feel the ball in my hands anymore. And then boom, suddenly in 5 minutes I scored 17 points, and that's when it hit me. I always had the game, it was my mind that was choking me up. You don't freeze because you suck. You freeze because you're just not built for it. You freeze because nobody taught you how to control your mind the way that you should. We all grew up learning footwork, how to shoot, how to just do the basic fundamentals of basketball. But no one teaches you how to handle fear in your mind. Nobody teaches you how to breathe when pressure hits. Nobody teaches you how to fix your self-talk. And nobody teaches you how to calm that voice in your head that just always is saying that you're just not enough. So now when you go into a game, you have a trained body, but your mind is just untrained. And an untrained mind will always override a trained body. When you get scared, your brain does something wild. It switches into survival mode. Your muscles tighten and that's why your vision shrinks when you're on the court. You stop trusting all the work that you did and you start forcing everything. And that's why everything feels so stiff in games. Like you always start losing the ball, your shot doesn't even feel the same. Now it feels like you have 3 or 4 hitches. And it's not that your game just magically disappeared overnight. It's your fear that steals it from you. But here's the part nobody tells you. You can train to be calm, you can train to be confident, you can train to quiet that voice in your head that's just always so loud and never shuts up. And most importantly, you can train that switch inside of you and be able to turn on the play that you know you are. There's many different ways you can do this, but the one I'm going to be talking about today addresses fear directly. Fear is the thing that holds everybody back in basketball. It stops you from shooting certain shots, stops you from making certain reads, and at the end of the day, it handicaps you to play from your full potential. Fear is so powerful, it could even make you question your love for the game. I've been helping some players out recently, and they always sit there and tell me that they feel like they just don't love the game anymore. And every single time they tell me that, it gets drawn back to one point. The fear of failure, the fear of missing a shot, the fear of playing bad, the fear of just not being the player that you think you are. And when you fear that so much, that has so much weight on you that you end up becoming whatever that fear is. Fear is one of the strongest emotions, not because it can completely destroy you, but it has the ability to make you into whatever you want to become. The thing is, we look at fear in such a negative light, like we try to run from fear and we try to just get away from it all the time. But the switch that we have to make is we have to use the fear that we feel. That's energy. All fear is emotions flowing through your body, and all emotions are energy that can charge you to play at a higher level than you ever thought was possible. So the first step is becoming one with fear. You have to embrace the fear that you feel. Let's say if you just genuinely fear missing a shot, right? You have to get to the point where you don't fear missing that shot. You're okay with missing. I know it sounds so backwards, but when you're okay with failing, when you're okay with doing stuff, you end up doing it at a higher level. There was a story one time that I heard that back in the day, there were samurais that would meditate on their death, so that when they would hop into war and when they would go fight, they wouldn't be scared of death anymore. So they would be able to fight freely and fight without that fear inside of them, right? That's the same thing we have to do with basketball. We have to sit there and constantly meditate on our failures. We have to become okay with messing up, okay with failing, okay with getting benched, okay with all these negative outcomes that we constantly run from, so then we can stop running from them. And when you stop running from them, you finally start playing to your full potential. And that's exactly why I built this course, Project MindState. I'm not here to take your money. I'm not here to do this. I genuinely just want to help every single one of y'all, because I spent so much time struggling mentally, so much time struggling trying to figure out why I couldn't perform the way that I knew I could. And And I didn't want that for anybody else because I know how tiring and draining it is and how demoralizing it is. So in that course, I put every single thing that helped me build my confidence up, everything that helped me get rid of my fear, everything that just helped me become the player that I knew I always was. Because I was so tired of being a bum and I wanted to play like how I knew I could, just how you want to. Like, look, you're not broken, you're not weak, there's nothing wrong with you. All it is that you were never taught how to control your mind and how to use your mind as an advantage over people. And once you finally learn how to do this, your game's gonna blow up completely. You're gonna finally become the player that you know you always can. And if you really want to tap in and learn how to do that, the link's in my bio for you to join this community, and I can help you one-on-one. Whatever you need, I'll help. DM, calls, anything. I just want to help all of y'all. So I'll see y'all in there.